What is up, YouTube? So in front of us we have a Thor 166, second appearance of Adam Warlock. I won this book in an auction about 2 weeks ago, and the seller basically said that they'll give it to the person to clean it and press it for me, which great, and did a really nice job cleaning it. And I don't want to badmouth anybody's pressing because everybody does stuff differently. And I know the person and I know they do good work, but I got this book back and I was kind of shocked that this was pressed. So I want to give it the light test for you. Just scooch this camera over. I mean, you could see here, you got a non-color breaking crease, non-color breaking crease, non-color breaking crease here. You got some little dimples here. Not much in the back. A little bit of right there. You can see it. I just had it right there. So I'm going to repress this book, and I'm not even going to steam it. I'm just going to press it as is with backer boards and silicone parchment paper. And I think the problem is he uses a cold press, and I think this book might have reverted back a bit from what it was. And see, I don't use a cold press. I like to leave it in the press a few hours after the press has cooled down and take it out that way. So let me set up the press and we'll get started. Okay, so I have one backer board in this book at the centerfold, right at the staples. I preheated my press up to 160 degrees, and I know a lot of people say that's too hot, but I don't leave it in long. I leave it in for like 5 minutes, and then I let it cool down in the press for, probably 3+ hours. So I already have a silicone parchment paper here. I am going to open the back cover, put one in there, and a lot of people ask why. It's because if there's moisture in this book, it's going to stick, right? It's going to stick to the pages, and you're going to get color rub off from the cover onto the pages, and you don't want that to happen. I didn't use any humidity on this. Because I don't think it needs it. And then obviously I put a silicone parchment paper on the top of the book. And you don't want too much pressure, because you with too much pressure, you're going to affect the spine of the book. And I'm going to leave this in here for about 5 minutes. Once it's done, I'm going to shut the press off. I am going to let this cool down to where I don't feel it warm anymore, and then let it sit for about 3 hours, and then take a look at it and see what it is. Sometimes with the creases in the cover that I see, I do the method where I actually put a backer board inside the front and back cover, but at times you might get a line down by the spine where that backer board was, and then you got to press it a second time. So hoping that I could just press it once and get this a little bit nicer than what the professional did for me. So be back in a few minutes. Okay, so we're about 3 hours later, and this is ice cold. No cold press needed, just lots of time. Let's see what this sucker looks like. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about, man. All right, so let me bring this over to the light. All right, you can see this bottom corner is a million times better. Nothing on the top there. Looks pretty nice. Backside, still got a little something going on the bottom, but definitely better. So these are the pros and cons of using a cold press. I personally don't recommend it. I don't think it works well. I know a lot of people that use them because they want to do these books in mass. They want to get it in the press, get it out, and go on to the next book. It just doesn't work good. But anyway, super psyched to have this book. I'm glad it was cleaned professionally. and pressed. It just I don't think the Cobreast held long enough, and now I pressed it. I think it looks a lot better than it did. So hope you liked my video. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit that like button. If you want to see other pressing videos, I have a ton of them on my channel, so go check them out, and I'll see you guys next time.